Hi there, my name is Jenna McRory, and welcome back to the Wonder Mother podcast. Today on the podcast, I want to talk about 5 tips for when you're launching any creative project that you're super excited about and you got to get it off the ground. Tip number 1, find a consistent time to do the project that you know is going to be easy for you. So maybe if you have kids, it's after they go to sleep, or maybe it's early in the morning, or maybe it's during your lunch break if you're working, but find a time that you can stick to that you can work on this creative dream of yours. One thing I want to say about the time is that it doesn't really matter how much time. So if you're devoting 20 minutes three times a week, or you're devoting 1 hour a week, or whatever you can do will push your dreams further into the world and make you feel better. And now that brings me to number 2. The second thing you need to do to get a creative project off the ground is to be realistic with yourself. Have real expectations of yourself. If you are working full time and you have kids, do not try and say that you're going to work on it all day on Saturdays and Sundays, your whole weekend. If you can, that's amazing. Props to you. But small bites, right? Small bites actually leads to really big successes in the end. So be realistic with yourself. You want to set yourself up to succeed. So little tiny steps and you'll get there. Number 3 is allow yourself to make mistakes, for things to not look perfect in the beginning. This is a big one, and my husband actually taught me that because he is someone who creates things with his hands, and there is a process to creation. He had a factory in Queens, and so he would have to train people how to make hats and all different types of objects. And he told me, in the beginning, I just put them at the machine and I just tell them, just go. Just go. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. Just keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. And I think that is where a lot of people get hung up, is they have an idea in their mind. They want it to be perfect right off the hop. And there is, of course, this little window of time where it is messy and it's not perfect. And, you've got to get all of that out on the paper, on the screen, on the whatever you're doing. And once you kind of work through all of that and the thoughts that go along with it, then you'll see your road will be a lot smoother in the end. But it's part of anyone's creative process, and it's really important that you be gentle with yourself. You cheer yourself on through those really uncomfortable moments. Tip number 4. This is really important, and I have found that this is really important for me through any creative project I've launched, is to keep it really close to the chest. I'm telling you, you don't want to tell many people about what you're doing in the beginning, because it's like a little tiny plant, like a brand new, fresh little seedling that just popped out of the ground. It can't withstand other people's thoughts and energies. And most of this is just, projections from their own life anyways. But when you have that new project and it's so little and so young, you really have to protect it until it gets a bit stronger, and then you can start letting people know and being excited about it. And then usually it's like you're already seeing some success from it, you're already moving forward, and then they're just impressed. Anyways, there's not much they can say once it's out there in the world, right? They can't say, oh, I don't know if that's a good idea. I mean, it's already happening, right? So I would say that a really important thing to do is to keep it really close to the chest until it gets some legs. It gets his big boy legs, and it's firm and it's ready. And then you can start sharing it with the world. The last tip that I have, and probably the most important tip, is to keep your mindset positive as you launch your creative project. There is no way you're going to be able to launch anything if you are having thoughts of, this isn't going to go anywhere. oh, really? Like, you could do this. I mean, if you're having those thoughts, it's very normal, but you have to rise above them and say, this is just a thought. I'm in control of my mind. And you've got to turn it around and say, I am going to do this. This is going to be successful. Or even bring some gentleness to yourself and say, you know, yes, this is hard, but you can do it. Like, you've got to really, really treat yourself kindly through the first beginning launch of whatever it is that you are creating. And with that, I want to say thank you so much for listening. I am in the beginning stages of launching this Wonder Mother podcast. I'm very excited. I feel like this is going to be such a great platform space for women. I really want to highlight the importance of motherhood, but also the many layers of motherhood. You know, mothering isn't just, mothering a child. There's so much. There's caretaking, and then there are, women are inspired by being parents and they are creating new things in the world. And I really want to highlight that this is such an important role in society and sort of bring more attention to, why this is, we need to be paying more attention to mothers, to women, and all the work that they do. So if you're still listening, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this helped. My goal right now is to just consistently bring you content every Wednesday. And after this, I will start bringing people in for interviews where we'll get to have more dynamic conversations and hopefully some really deep conversations and definitely some inspiring conversations. So again, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.